This is breaking news from News 8.
Our Smart Start beginning this morning with breaking news. Rochester police investigating a shooting on Glenwood Avenue.
Officers responded to the area around 3 a.m. They say a 21-year-old man was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No suspects are in custody, and anyone with information is asked to call 911.
Monroe County Sheriff's deputies are looking for this missing teenager. Officials say 15-year-old Deshaun Wilson went missing around 5:30 last night in Penfield. He is 5'7", about 130 pounds, and was last seen wearing a black jacket, black gloves, blue jeans, and black sneakers. He was also seen on a blue mountain bike. Anyone with information should call 911.
U.S. and Russian officials clashing at the United Nations Security Council meeting over the growing tensions along the country's shared border with Ukraine.
We're joined once again by Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson, who is live in D.C. this morning. Rashad, good morning. So what was discussed yesterday between the U.S. and Russian officials?
Hey, good morning. The goal of the meeting was to rally the international community to confront Russia about that military buildup along Ukraine's border, but instead it was heated exchanges between the U.S. and Russia. Now, the U.S.'s diplomat to the UN, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, warned that the situation in Europe is very dangerous and that they're trying to get Russia to lower the temperature. Russia is pushing back, saying that the U.S. is sort of inciting panic by this conversation and calling the meeting. Now, the U.S. believes Russia has about over 100,000 troops along the Ukraine border, trying to intimidate the country, their neighbor there.
Rashad, there's a meeting today. What can we expect from that meeting?
Well, we can expect more high-level talks between the U.S., Russian, and Ukrainian diplomats to try to get Russia to once again lower the temperature. Now, on Capitol Hill, there's talk of bipartisan sanctions against Russia, and the White House has warned themselves of sanctions, and the president says that the U.S. will be ready regardless of what happens between Russia and Ukraine.
All right, Rashad, thank you. NATO's Secretary General warns Russia they might use joint training exercises with Belarus set to begin in 10 days as a disguise to attack Ukraine.
In other news this morning, federal prisons nationwide went into a lockdown after a deadly attack at a prison in Beaumont, Texas. 2 prisoners were killed there, another 2 injured. The fight reportedly involved members of a violent gang.
Many parts of the U.S. are preparing for even more severe weather. Meteorologists say Americans from the Rockies to the Great Lakes will get snow, sleet, and freezing rain. Tomorrow, the storm will hit parts of the Northeast, still digging out from last weekend's big blizzard. More snow on the way.
Yeah, James, folks wondering just how this week is going to shape up in our neck of the woods as well.
Yeah, certainly. We have a lot of snow in the forecast. Certainly, it looks like over half a foot. I'm happy to say, though, that it's not ice. There are other folks that will be dealing with ice, freezing rain. That's when we talk about power outages, down trees, down power lines. Think Pennsylvania. Think southern New York, not us. We are quiet through Wednesday. Forecast is actually pretty good. We have a nice day today and tomorrow. Some rain showers work their way in Wednesday night. That transition over to snow. Winter storm watch in effect. That will likely get upgraded to a winter storm warning based on the forecast, and we'll have a lot of snow on the ground by Friday. Longer duration event. We'll have a look at the 8-day and a bus stop forecast at the end of the show. Mark?
All right, James, thank you. Let's check the roads again with our sunrise traffic. Still clear sailing on the main arteries, although you see volume building in along 390. Some bump and go there, touch and go. 490, 590 up to speed. There is an accident in Rochester this morning at this hour. It's on East Avenue and Union Street, so avoid that area if possible. Elsewhere, Monroe County initiating changes to the Civic Center garage in Rochester, including relocating homeless people to shelters and hotels.
This comes amid a growing number of issues inside the garage, including reports of attempted robberies and assaults. However, advocates with the Rochester Homeless Union say those living inside the garage were not warned before they were removed.
It takes patience, time, and commitment to get individuals to make a change in their life.
What happens to the people who rely on coming here at night and they're going to come, it's going to be fully locked up?
Police say about 50 people have been removed from the garage already. Other changes made to the parking deck included 24-hour security presence and more lights inside the garage. Well, changes for local families using childcare will take effect today.
Monroe County Executive Adam Bello, along with Congressman Joe Morelli, announcing the county will lower the parent fee for subsidized childcare to 1%. That's the lowest in the state. The county will also pay a parent's child care provider for 80 absences under each year. That number is the maximum amount of absences allowed under state law and 4 times more than the required amount. Congressman Morelli says this will go a long way in helping struggling families during the pandemic.
This will ensure parents can keep their child enrolled in their chosen program and helps to stabilize revenues for child care providers.
On average, a family with 2 young children is spending 23% of their income on child care every year. It's an extraordinary number. 23% of their income places an enormous burden financially on people as well as emotional.
Yeah, officials say child care in New York costs parents an average of $12,000 a year.
Turning now to the latest on COVID-19. 632 people are currently hospitalized with the coronavirus in the Finger Lakes region. Of those patients, 93 are in the ICU. Monroe County reporting 30 new COVID-related deaths that occurred between January 7th and the 26th. 287 new cases were confirmed yesterday as well.
Governor Hochul's indoor mask mandate was granted a full stay by New York's appellate court as the appeals process continues. The governor also announcing additional resources from the federal government coming to New York next week. Strong Memorial in Rochester will receive assistance from the U.S. military, including additional physicians, nurses, respiratory technicians, and command staff. They'll be in the area for about a month.
As COVID cases decline in some parts of the country, the CDC says it continues to monitor variants circulating here in the U.S. and internationally. That includes a new subvariant of Omicron called BA.2. Preliminary research from Denmark shows it appears to be more infectious than the original BA.1. This new subvariant has been detected in dozens of countries and several U.S. states, including Texas and California. Fortunately, BA.2 has not been designated a variant of concern by the World Health Organization, like the original Omicron variant or the Delta variant.
We would be concerned about a variant. 1, it's even more contagious than the ones we have. Number 2, it's capable of producing more severe disease. And number 3, could it evade the protection of our current vaccines and the natural immunity some people have gotten?
While there is more to learn about this subvariant, health experts say getting vaccinated against COVID can help protect against severe illness caused by COVID.
Well, a happy ending to what started out as a pet owner's nightmare.
Benny, the 6-month-old puppy, has been reunited with its owner after the dog was stolen over the weekend.
I think we're both pretty exhausted over the whole ordeal, but really I'm so grateful and thankful to have him back.
The dog was in Eric Berg's parked car on Alexander Street and East Avenue Saturday when Berg says someone stole his SUV. He left it running to keep Benny warm as he ran inside a restaurant to pick up his takeout order. After posting flyers and reaching out to News 8, Eric got a call from a man who said he was approached about buying Benny over the weekend. Eric met the man and joyfully handed over a $2,000 reward in exchange for the puppy. Berg's car and the people who stole it have yet to be found. Police say the investigation is ongoing.
All right, here's what some folks will be talking about at the water cooler this morning. Tom Brady finally addressing those retirement rumors during a Sirius XM podcast. The Buccaneers quarterback said when the time is right, he will make a decision, meaning no decision has been made yet. Over the weekend, there were conflicting reports about whether the future Hall of Famer would hang up his jersey and cleats. We shall see.
We shall.
I think at this point he just wants to just do one more year just to tell everybody that thinks he's retiring. Seems like a very Tom Brady thing to do. That's my prediction. My forecast is probably a little more accurate.
I was going to say, what's going to hold up better, that or your forecast?
Let's take a look at Twilight right now. I was glancing at this. At 6:50, we even had some brightening. This is the live view over Lake Ontario. Gorgeous to see that. Not a cloud in the sky. So that's where we start our bus stop forecast. It is certainly cold. We're bundling up with temperatures around the single digits in spots, and we get into the teens pretty quickly. Then we warm up into the 30s. So today and tomorrow, the 2 days we get above freezing. Then the snow arrives Thursday and into Friday. Those are the days we'll be watching for a high-impact snow event. More details to come.
All right, James, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us here on News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in about 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next. Have a great day.